In this video, I will present the use case of Sieve analysis of aggregate base scores. So first, let's log in. And here it is the document we will use as support material for our presentation. So as I said, it is about Sieve analysis of aggregate base scores. So how this test is performed? The operator prepares a sample of minimum 5,000 grams of aggregate. Then it will proceed to separate the fractions using manual or mechanical screening. Then, after fraction separation by vibration, the remaining material on each screen, it is added on a scale cumulatively, and after each addition, the measurement is recorded. So this time, I will not perform the implementation of testing form. I already prepared it because during multiple videos before, I already presented in detail the designing of the testing form. I implemented this one up front. So let's see what have we recorded. First, the measurements. With green, we have the measurements is the initial dry sample weight, which is present in here. Then we have the measurement of the cumulative weights for each individual sieve, which can be seen here. Then we have the calculated fields for individual mass. We have the formula here. And we can see the calculated fields recorded here. Then we have the percent passing, which uses this formula. And it can be found in here. And the formulas are already introduced according to documentation. Compared with previous videos, you will notice a new column present in this form, and it is about the condition. While I was working on this use case, analyzing the documentation, I realized that the testing form was incomplete because if the operator is using an amount smaller than the prescripted one of 5,000 grams, uh, or if the mass loss is greater than 0.3%, or if each individual mass on a single screen exceeds 2000 grams, the measurement is invalid. You cannot issue a testing report based on invalid data. Once the operator notices this situation, it should immediately understand that the test has to be repeated. It's an invalid test. It cannot be reported in this way. A new sample has to be prepared, fetched, prepared, and the test should be repeated. So let's try to use this form and see what is the new behavior of these forms. We'll make a sample reception, add a new certification sample, go to details, add a new testing form, and all the data is introduced, save changes, and we can see the form. We have both the measurements and also the calculated fields as they have been defined in the testing form. Because all the data is conforming with the conditions established into the testing form, we have no alerts. But let's make some changes. Let's say we have a smaller amount of sample. Immediately we are alerted that the initial dry sample is not correct, and the operator should immediately know that he has to repeat the test. It cannot report something like this. It's an incorrect test. If he tries to report the sample, this will be prevented because there are invalid data present. Let's try also the other condition. And again, if on an individual mass on an individual sieve we have a value greater than 2000 grams, an error will be issued and the form will be invalidated. It will not be possible to report such data. The operator, as I said, should take some corrective actions, should collect another sample, should prepare another, should repeat the test. Okay, let's put the correct values back, and we will report this data. Now there is no issue with that. We can preview the testing report to see how it will look after it's reported. We can view the specification here. The laboratory personnel can perform this certification in certain conditions. By clicking Submit Express Certificate. Let's do this. And now it has been issued both the testing report, which is this one, and we can see it in a PDF format, and also we will go to quality certificates and we can see this batch here, the details. It's also already issued and it can be printed as in PDF format for communication purposes. Also, in case some statistical analysis has to be performed, all the data present in this list can be exported to Excel and some statistical analysis could be performed on this data. We can see the data for the two samples we have analyzed in here. So in the presentation of this use case, I have introduced the new features, the validation of data from the testing results, printing reports in PDF format, and also printing reports in Excel format. Please share your comments in the section below. Please like, subscribe. Bye.